So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another solutions for one of the most common problems that you face today, that is corruption. And then so I'm gonna develop the solution basing in mental models that I've been talking about, particularly and only each one of them developed and see so what they really mean and what's like the way that they've been taken so from observation of the reality, and then so what's the type of fields that they applied more. And then so I'm in a phase now that I'm going to use them integrated as where so they have more values when so I make union and use more than just one at once to in order so to create solutions actions that could be and have so a high probability to be successful ones to solve the problems as so the ones that we face it. And then so that's what you're going to do today. So first, always try to understand better the problem that you're facing. So the global political corruption. So we have to understand is what's the real impact that it has, and not just because saying that corruption is bad, is understanding why it's bad. So what we have 3.6 trillion lost yearly to bribery, embezzlement, and fraud. So that's a fact. So we're losing money. We're losing so economic resources. Human cost. One in five people paid briefs for basic service last year. So people overpaying things that so then could expand in a more type of efficient way so to satisfy their needs. And trust collapse. 76% of citizens they distrust government, and obviously the society is based in trust. If we not so have trust in things, we open space for extreme parties to enter. So in the democracy, and in being a risk for that democracy, because obviously we have the mentality of being anti-system, and that's something that comes with not having trust in someone and in the people that so are in a paper so of govern and being the government so for people. And then so with that understood the problem, we need so to start focusing in what are like the mental models that are important to create solutions to understand so and so going deep even more in the problem. So first, principal agent problem, who works for whom. So the idea is that officials agents betray public principal interest is what's all we perceive. But then, so how to fix this tendency? We have citizen juries, so the Mexico, so as example, that randomly selected panels that approve budgets. It has slashed embezzlement by 40%. And artificial intelligence auditors, the Ukraine's Prozoro tracks procurement in real time, and this has been shown that has saved 3 billion so of dollars since 2016. So see how the tendency of principal agent problem is that so officials, the agents betray public principal interest. So we have to avoid them doing it. And how you do? Kind of reaching parts that doesn't have so they don't have any type of motions towards someone's particularly. And so obviously it comes the creation of citizen juries, and even what could be better with the evolution of artificial intelligence, we have so them developing so this paper. It's could be so a way as well to act. Then with that, what we have more? Two, the iron law of oligarchy is that so elite always wins. So what's the idea is that power consolidates into self-serving cliques. So all to fix it, we have term limits, more lottery governance. So what do you have? Athens style, random selection for 30% of legislature. It was tested in Belgium. And wealth caps for office. So Bolivia bans candidates with offshore accounts. It makes so the grassroots leaders increase 20%, so has increased to 100%. Then, three, Cobra effect, perverse incentives. Idea is that anti-corruption laws often backfire. So, and then so with these anti-corruption laws not being and not showing to be efficient, then what we do? What's the fix? we can have the whistleblower roulette. The Norway rewards random audits of officials, no targeting, and then so the fear spreads with that. BRIP to tax conversion, the Indonesia lets companies confess BRIP as taxable income, like recovered 1.2 billion coming from that initiative of bribe to tax conversion. 4. We have the game theory. So the corruption's payoff matrix. What's the idea there is that BRIPs thrive when the risks are less than rewards. And then so what's the application is basically so doing the opposite is when so how to make the risk being higher to the rewards expected in order so to the BRIPs not so thrive, and then so the people by we kind of putting a life as a game so to make the people not acting in that way, because obviously they will perceive that's not the smartest way to act, and that's something so that we should look. Applications: dynamic punishment. The Singapore jails and sizes 10 times the BRIB amount, so the risk has increased to 400%. And public shaming apps. The India's high paid the BRIB exposes officials via crowdsourced maps, as done so the BRIBs to decrease by 25%. Then, with that, uh, we have another thing that is the sunlight principle. Transparency as disinfectant. So what's the idea here is that secrets enable theft, light kills roads. Fix. Open source governance. The Estonian publish all government contracts emails in real time, and lobbyist cams. The Brazil mandates body cams on politicians during private meetings has made so the leaks reduce by 70%. 6. Network effects. Corruption tends to spread like a virus. What's the idea there is that greedy hubs infect entire systems. But then so with that, what could be a potential fix? Isolate super spreaders. The Rwanda banned officials from private sectors ties has made so the GDP growth 80%, and decentralized power. The Iceland's post 2008 rewrite let towns veto federal projects. No more backroom deals is what will make it this type of initiative. So we have used some of these mental models. I expect this as shown as you just by using 6 of like thousands that exist. You already have developed so much of solutions that already can so be important, and obviously understand that you have to be efficient. So obviously you cannot use everything. You cannot develop like 1000 actions because you have to put just one of them into practice. So the tendency is always to look for a way to see what are like 20% of things that most matter and most generally like the 80% of consequences that you're trying to manhandle. And then so acting as just 20% of things because they are the ones that have more impact. And that's obviously so it's something that makes you be more efficient and have more time so to focus in main problems. And then, so what seems the integrated solutions that I've already done, I can so make it a bit more of themes like the blockchain democracy, the Switzerland e-voting with public ledgers, as makes so the no ringing and 90% voter turnout. Uh, Corruption ATFs, stock market tracks brave risk of companies, investors boycott corrupt firms. It was pioneered in Kenya. And artificial intelligence watchdogs, the South Korea corruption GPT scans speeches laws for hidden loopholes. Exposed to so access exposed 2000K shady clauses. So why this works? We have examples in Georgia, in Botswana, and it has a return of investment. So everyone anti-corruption yield has made so 8 units of GDP in terms of growth. And then I expected this video was enough to may like it. I expect so you can already subscribe if you have liked the video, and I hope to see in other videos that these channels has produced in terms so of looking for other videos that so can trigger your interest to make you a better person, to have a bit more creativity. I've developed, obviously I've applied in specific cases, but usually can use it a bit of my methodology to solve more type of particular problems that are not just ones that tends to be more generalist, tends to you to have like need to be in a specific type of position. But then so in your day-to-day life you can use it a lot of these mental models also to apply your most type of problems that have more impact on yourself. So I expect to see you in the next one, and thank you.